Good evening, guys. We are live. Thank you for joining us. Today I have a special feature for you. We have in the bottom box, how do I point at it? That way? Yeah, that way. Zachary Thornton from Thornton Darts. And then here we have Matt Birch from Loxley, co-owner of Loxley. I'll be throwing Loxley darts this evening. Please, everyone in the chat, say hello, introduce yourselves, tell us your favourite darts. We'll have a chat, we'll go from there. Matt and I actually set up a little game, so Matt, actually, I think you've got the throw. Let's have a go. I'm going to take out all the Loxley darts from my board. And Zach, I'm going to give you the opportunity to decide which darts I throw.
Oh, I tell you what, go for Nazir. I think we'll start there.
Nazir, right? I will change the stems.
Evening, everyone. How are we? Just bought some Eagles today. They look so good. Yeah, lovely grip on those, Nick. Absolutely lovely dart. I put some longer points in mine myself. They sit really nice. Evening, Graham. How are we?
Just changing over the stems, guys.
Yeah.
So Zach, if you want through the evening, we obviously have like 8 sets of Loxley darts here. So if you fancy putting a vote for everyone to decide which darts we throw, what we see. What we're going to go with first?
The Nazirs.
The Nazir.
Nice cap covering your barnet up. Well, it's not covering my barnet up. It's covering the bald spot that's getting rid of my barnet. So,
so before we begin, Matt, if you want to introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about how Loxley started. You can throw and talk. I think we'll try that.
The sound's really quiet on the laptop. Yeah, Loxley kind of found us. It was I mean, was that starting? Was that practice?
Yeah, we're practicing. You can tell me when you're starting properly. Okay. Once you've hit a 180.
All right.
Dave Lemmix, we are actually working on a couple of shorter bits, so don't worry too much. We are busy in the background.
Should we start the match, Mark, and then I'll talk afterwards?
Certainly. Let's have a match, and then we'll have a chat.
All right.
I'm commentating here.
Going live. Zach's, yeah. If we were doing a proper game, I think your camera might be a bit far from the board, but that's absolutely fine. We're going with trust now.
I'm a camp version of Russ Bray, I think. Oh, hello, Charlie.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. Grab a drink, pick up your darts, have a listen, have a throw.
That's a little bit better.
Yeah, that's lovely. A little bit closer. Yeah.
I'm super jealous of this setup, like the World Series. It's incredible.
Yeah. What do you think of the Loxley HQ, guys? What are you thinking?
Good start.
Okay, you can enter your score then just below where it says 501 on your side.
Oh, you've exited.
Oh, okay, lovely. Excellent 26 start for me. Have you entered yours?
You have to let me back in now, Mark. I think we waited too long.
Oh, you might need to... Okay, I'll exit out and you can join back in. That was a practice.
That was a practice, yeah.
Can you please come and make my darts room just like that, says Rach.
I have gone bullseyes and brewskis with the beer glass, Osty. Oi, oi.
Yeah, maybe that's something to consider, Matt. Someone wants a darts room just the same. Maybe we'll do Loxley darts rooms as a special.
That's not a bad idea.
So, I've exited out. If you exit out and then click on me again, RFX is the password. Looks like it's...
Right, we're back in. Okay, take 2.
Take 2. After you, good sir.
Oh, solid, 62.
The good darts.
All of a sudden come across all nervous.
My hands are all sweaty.
Sounds like an Eminem song.
Evening, Macca.
Good evening, everyone.
81.
81. Here we go.
Darts.
Good darts.
Evening, Clash of Tungsten. Mr. Ross, how are you?
Oh, 60. Keep it steady.
Mr. Dave Lemix is in the chat.
So, guys, for you just joining, we are just having a quick game just to get us into it, and then we're going to have a little chat. I'm currently throwing the Loxley Nazirs. If, Zach, you want to give a little commentary, a little bit of behind the scenes. What is Nazir? What does it mean? Where do they come from?
Okay, so Nazir is basically like an assassin, pretty much, and he's based on
100.
the old Robin Hood tales. So that's where the name comes from. The darts are basically like a twin ring grip towards the back, and then almost a grenade grip going down to the nose. And it's got quite a unique nose on the Nazirs. It's very sort of square, which gives you a bit more space on the dart for your fingers if you like it. You know, usually you get a rounded or a tapered. It's very flat, almost like a Wade style, but a little bit thicker. So
yeah, it's got kind of a close off to it, more so than an MVG. It's very blunt, isn't it, when it finishes? But...
yeah, exactly. I mean, some people, for me, I have my fingers on the points. Some people have the fingers on the barrel, like Peter Wright does.
135.
And yeah. Whoa.
I brought my A
See,
game
that's what
for
Loxley
you.
does. Yeah. Oh. Rachel Welke asks, what is the most popular Loxley dart? I think the most popular Loxley dart would be the Robin, closely followed by the Ryans, I'd say, wouldn't you, Matt?
Yeah, Robin, then Ryan, then probably Beanie.
Yeah.
Edgar, obviously.
Yeah.
And the Rock Eagle seems to be very popular as well.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So I'd say Robin, definitely. That we get Robins in and then they go straight out pretty much.
I tell you one thing, guys, just while we're on the Nazirs, these, for me, I don't like the rounded off front, personally, but, oh my god, I pick these up and I always throw these really, really well. I'm like,
yeah.
I love a different coloured dart, so a silver dart is not typically my thing, but, geez, these throw so nice. I always do this every time I pick them up.
I like them because, well, for me anyway, they sit relatively flat, and once you've got, like I say, we talk about that nose. It's very good for stacking because it sits all the way along the barrel. So yeah, good little dart those. 22 gram, top quality. If you do want to check out any of these darts that you might see tonight, do check loxleydarts.com. Anything on there? Any questions about any of them? Just ask. You've got the owner and ask any questions as well. So stick them in the chat.
I did leave a bogey number. I wasn't counting fully. I just wanted to get it down.
Oh yeah.
If I think about it too much.
41.
Oh.
Kurt, we all know that Mark likes to be fancy.
Too nervous.
Oh, come on. No score. I've given you a chance.
Ah, Mark.
Whoa.
Oi, oi, Daniel. How you doing, mate? Daniel, by the way, guys, for those who haven't seen before, designed this wall plaque flight for me. Fantastic looking thing. What do you get, Matt? What do you get?
I missed. 50 something.
Oh,
53, I think.
Oh my god, that's awful.
Good.
I'm just going to bust it, I think. And I haven't.
Good question, Connor. Very good question. I'll put that to Matt after. We've got. Do we think there'll be a Loxley dartboard?
No, probably not.
I think it's quite a saturated.
There's enough great dartboards out there.
Yeah, 100%.
And,
It could be made of feathers and bark.
do differently on a dartboard.
Uh,
Oh, he's missed it.
I have.
I think there'd more likely be a an archery set for Loxley. I think like an archery board.
Double 19 for the match.
Yay!
Lovely, well played.
I've got double 3.
I'm-
Double 16 for the
I
match.
killed it.
And he's got it.
I killed it.
Good darts.
Guys, welcome if you've only just joined us. I'm joined here by Zach from Thornton Darts. Matt is the co-owner at Loxley with his wonderful brother who does lots of very exciting things. I think he's currently saving the world, which is why he's not here.
He doesn't do that anymore.
Huh?
He doesn't save the world
No, he doesn't
anymore.
save the world anymore, but I still think he is. I think he's a secret spy. So guys, let's make a start with, let's get a vote in. Which darts should we throw next? And if someone wants to join me, you can do on Naka01. I'm on channel 5 and the password is RFX. We're going to keep it very casual this evening. You've got a fantastic opportunity with a owner of a darts company to be able to effectively ask him all these questions and see what they're up to. Tell them things that you like. Tell them things that hopefully there's no things you don't like, but if there are, why not? And let's have a chat, have some fun.
Yeah, pop some questions in the chat, guys. Make the most of it. Oh yeah, when will the Gen 2 Robins come out?
That's a good question. Well, we're trying to, with all the problems that we've got at the moment with manufacturing, with shipping and everything, we've had to prioritise the darts that we've already got on the market. So at least we've got stock of everything out there.
Yeah.
So the Gen 2's probably been put back a couple of months. It was scheduled to be manufactured this week, next week, but we've had to prioritise the originals.
Yeah, the originals are coming in quick and then going out fast. Does Matt think there is a gap in the market? Yeah.
Sorry, say again?
There's a question here from Kurt is, does Matt think there is a gap in the market that Loxley can fill, and what is it?
Just making good darts, affordable darts and darts that people throw. That's all we want to do, really. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. We don't need to do anything crazy. But I think the market's crying out for just good quality, affordable darts.
Well, Matt, you say you don't want to do anything
And if we
crazy.
can do the odd special thing like the Robin,
You
then
don't want to
all
do
the
anything
better.
crazy, and then we have this contraption here, which is a little funky. So this here is the Loxley Robin. I have fitted with a nano storm point, just because I like the grip in the board and to make it all seamless, but that is a very interesting dart.
Yeah, good fun that. Good fun, the Robin. As you see, Gary Blades was testing out phase 2. Or Gen 2, I don't know what we're calling it. Gen, phase, Mark 2?
Model 2.
A Model 2, that was it.
Yeah.
I'm now going to have a throw with the Robins because... Well, actually no, I'm setting up the Robins, but you can tell me which dart to throw because... Let's get... What do people want to see me throw in the chat?
Pencils.
Pencils.
I'm trying to find Mark's screen on this. I can't see him.
Find what?
What, on Mark's YouTube?
If you look
Okay, I'll get out my phone then.
if you look under the best YouTube darts channel, it's right at the top, and it should be in your favourites and notifications on.
It says Edgar TV here. Here we go. All right, we're in.
You can then read off the chat, Matt,
Yeah.
Oh,
We've got, is Gary Blade sponsored by Loxley?
No, he's not. The story of Gary Blades, Beanie was at I think it was the Winter Series, and Gary was marking his game, and then I think they had a little 5-minute chuck together after the match, and Gary immediately went on the website and ordered a set of Beanie darts. So of course the name pops up, professional dart player buying a set of darts, shot him an email, had a little chat with him, and yeah, discussed what he liked, what he was looking for in a dart. And yeah, we ended up sending him the two 22-gram prototypes from the Model 2 Robin. And we didn't have any expectations he was going to use any of them, but he fell in love with the Robin, so he's using that at the moment.
It was great to see as well.
I think Dom's going to the UK Open, so we'll have a chat with him now.
It was great to see that
But yeah, at
dart
the
pop
moment,
up there, because
we've not met him yet.
a lot of people had taken screenshots and put it up there and be like, what is this? What is this? And it's like, oh, it's the Gen 2 Robin. Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not just the Gen 2, is there, Matt? We've got, I guess, Model 3 and 4, haven't we, on the way, I guess? Further down.
Yeah, this one's... Yeah, the one that Gary's using is actually the Gen 3. The Gen 2 we're not going to be bringing out. So the Gen 3 is going to become the Model 2.
Yeah.
And then we're working on a few other ideas. But with all the darts that we bring out, we get samples made, we tweak them, we make sure they're good. A lot of them get thrown in the bin at the design stage. And yeah, eventually after full testing, if we approve something and we really like it, then we'll bring it out. But only then. So Zach normally gets a sample at his place. We get a sample. We give everything a really good fashion.
Yeah.
And then take it from there.
We're working on some of the other youth players. Obviously, you've seen the Rock Eagle, the Bambas, the Massacres. Then obviously the other players we've got. We've been working on those. Samples have come recently, so you might see those fairly soon.
Zachary?
Yeah.
I've just been notified that Connor, Twin Dad 180, who did this piece of artwork here, has challenged me to a game. Which darts do I throw?
Go for the beanies.
Beanies, good choice.
Ryan.
Oh, well.
Well,
yeah, go with the Ryans. Go with the Ryans.
Okay.
I think we should save the Robins for the last one. And do
Yeah.
Ryan's now.
Okay.
Yeah, like it.
Ryan's, I think we already have a short stem on there. Now, I have put the very exciting clear stems. These are really they get a lot of chat and talk on the social media. The clear flights. I think it's a really nice addition to your lineup. So here we have the Ryan Searles. For those who don't know, this is a 32-gram dart, which is the heaviest thrown in the PDC, thrown by Ryan Searle. We have a nice consistent grip on the front, and then going into a black and red ring grip on the back. Zach, do you want to give us a little insight into these darts just before we get going? I'm going to give you the throw, by the way, Connor.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've done a YouTube video on these, but essentially Ryan had he had his phase 1 darts, which were quite a while back. He won his first PDC Tour Pro Tour with those. Then he had a Gen 2, and a lot of our work with Ryan was just working out which of sort of those two he sort of preferred, and we sort of met in the middle with it, really. And then he tested them. Was it before the Autumn Series? I think it was, wasn't it, Matt?
Okay,
yeah, just before the Autumn Series. And then after that, he gave us the all okay, and obviously they're the darts that you see today. So tiny little difference in the nose, and we kind of wanted to edge them towards a more phase 1, which, as Ryan said recently, I believe on Mark's interview, if you haven't seen that they're a bit nicer out the box. Ryan's older darts were a lot more grippy. He basically was saying that they take a little bit more adjusting to fresh out the box. So his new ones are a bit nicer to get on with straight away, which is handy if you're at an event and you want to grab a new set out or something. So,
well, he actually the Gen 1s, he won the Players Championship 3 last year. Then he had to switch to the Gen 2s, and he actually cut his fingers open on that one.
Yeah.
It was so grippy, and then it chipped and cut his fingers open. So we went back more towards the Gen 1, basically because of that. Apart from that, Ryan was really easy.
Yeah, Ryan's so laid back. It's like, if it's heavy, he'll throw it.
And they are heavy, but the thing is, we discussed this before we went live. These darts, once you've got a little bit behind them, they go.
Yeah.
You have to just have a bit behind them, you know.
They're very forgiving as well.
Yeah. It's kind of like when you pull a train. Like, if you get it going, like, it's very hard to just pull a train, but you see these strong men do it. Once they get a bit of momentum going, same with Ryan, you can't stop him. That is the Ryan Searle summed up, really.
Good evening, Jody. We have Mrs. Edgar in the house. Dynamite Dave. Graham Worsley.
Archie Shepherd asks, when will the Steve Hines be available?
Hi, Jody.
Did you get that, Matt? When will the Steve Hines darts be available?
Oh, sorry. That's a good question. They should be being made at the moment.
Yeah, so hopefully very soon.
A few weeks, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've, like I said before, we've had, manufacturing has been difficult to say the least. Tungsten billets have been stuck on the wall between China and England and everywhere along the way. The factory's been, I think they had 4 shipments on the go, and they were all in different countries.
Yeah.
So yeah, we ran out of billets of the for Ryan and the Robin, because they use a particularly large billet to make them, because the Ryan obviously, but the Robin a lot gets shaved off. So we've run out of billets a few times, and orders have backed up. So yeah, we wanted them on the market, well, by now, but or actually we wanted them on the market last year, but we had to go through, I think, 4 samples before we got to what he was happy with.
Yeah. Yeah, because Steve Hine used to hand drill out his darts when he got them, so it wasn't just an original dart that we worked with. And also, Steve Hine has very short points. He actually, I was told that he rubs them against a brick wall to shorten them down. He just, which is
he gets a mate to do it for him now. With an angle
like good old Steve. Yeah, Kesa, the Mark Robbins 2 will be a little while. They're currently a little bit of a delay with manufacture at the moment, but it was great to see Gary Blaze use those, so I hope you guys liked them as well.
Just adding a quick tweet.
Dave's on Nicky Nacky New, he says.
100.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when you first hold these darts, obviously they're significantly heavier. But once you get going with them, they go really easily. I think I was expecting to be exhausted after throwing them for a while. Game shot and the match in 21. Well done, Connor. That's cracking darts, mate. As always. I can't wait for this to be over. We'll have a proper game, mate. Just don't.
So you can get beaten again.
Yeah, just don't play like that live, okay? So, guys, I am in channel 5. Password is RFX. Come and join.
Great question for you there, Matt. Chris Bear says, how do you go about choosing a player to sponsor?
Well, the first 2 that we sponsored were Matthew Edgar and Ryan Searle. We'd done Matthew Edgar before we met him. Lovely guy, and he was ring sharing with Ryan Searle at the time. And we got to know Ryan. I started playing Fortnite with him. He's an absolute beast.
Yeah.
Just really good, likable guys. So we started, when we started Loxley, or before we started, we actually had a chat with those 2 and said, we knew they've been looking for a manufacturer for, well, their whole career. And basically, because we had their support, that's how Loxley got off the ground. Without them, there wouldn't be a Loxley. And after that, we like the right sort of people. We like nice people. So Beanie, what a guy. Just the nicest guy on the planet.
Yeah.
So it was a no-brainer. He'd lost all 13 of his matches when we signed him, but he was such a great guy, he deserved a chance. And that's basically the route we've chosen. We see somebody with some darting talent, but we look at them as a person and say, are they the right fit for the team, the right fit for us? Not going to cause any controversy. Yeah, so I think that's more important, or as important as the talent on the hockey.
Yeah.
It was funny with Beanie because I was in Camden at the time, and he was known to be the best player in our area. I was like, right, who's the one I've got to go for, and that, and everyone knew he was going to Q school, and so when I worked out, oh, this is the guy actually who we've played in our local league, I was thrilled because he's a good player and a good lad.
Mm. Oh, a good one here for you, Matt. Are Loxley going to do a premium range of darts, i.e. 100 plus?
Sorry, what, £100 plus?
£100 plus, yeah.
It's not on the to-do list. Yeah, well, one of the things that I'm trying to do is try and make a dart look really expensive, but without actually having it to be really expensive.
Yeah.
So by using the traditional cuts, the normal, the normal cuts on the darts, drilled around that way, and then the more advanced cuts are the lateral cuts. But then anything more than that is really, really fancy and takes a lot of machining time. So trying to make interesting, exciting, attractive darts, but just using the standard procedures so we can keep the prices down. I don't think you need to have a £500 dart, no offence, but Target, they own that market. I mean, there's no way we can compete with Target and their Elysian range. Just no way on earth.
Yeah.
So we don't need to do that. There's other ways of making really nice looking darts.
Definitely. Yeah. Like you say, like Paul asked about 100 plus. I guess it's well, we never, like you said at the beginning, Matt, we're just looking for good, affordable darts, and that doesn't have to be 100 plus. The only reason they're 100 plus is because they take so long to make. That's the be all or end all of the Elysian darts. They're just so complex. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a good dart.
But
so
we've
yeah.
discussed this. The Elysian darts aren't really a dart. It's a concept of what could be with regards to what they can do with the funky grips and everything. So that's where the cost comes in. I mean, no one's really mad enough to throw them. There are a few mad people. I have bought a used set myself that I can throw, but like you say, does it throw any better? It's not like it's not like a car where a Ferrari engine is going to perform better than a. I don't want to be rude about another car, so a less performing car.
Well, it's kind of like a Lamborghini. No one needs a Lamborghini. Any car can get you from A to B, but if you've got the money for a Lamborghini, people will buy a Lamborghini. So, but does it make it a better car? No, it's just fancy and costs more to make. That's the thing about it, really. I really like the Loxley feather flights. I will put in an order in soon and hope to get a Loxley set soon. Awesome, Jack. Yeah, and I'm still doing customs as well, Jack. Yeah. Right, will there be a cheaper range of darts? What do you mean by cheaper, Archie? What range are you talking?
Which message are we on?
We're just, well, any, you could pick one there, Matt, if you're in the chat. There's someone said, will there be a cheaper range of darts from Archie Shepherd?
Cheaper range of darts.
I guess, like I say, it depends what you mean by cheaper, because maybe 80% tungsten. We actually, there is an 80% tungsten dart on the way, funnily enough.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a myth, the percentage of the tungsten. It's largely a myth. The price of actually making the darts, there's very little difference between 70%, 80%, 90%, 95%. Maybe the 97s and 97.5 might be more expensive because they just don't get made very often. But the other ones, there's not much difference.
No.
So yeah, if we were to bring out an 80% darts, we still have to make it affordable for us to do it. And yeah, the cheapest darts that we're bringing out, we can't really go that much underneath it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're only a very small company, so we don't have our own factory like a lot of them do. And yeah, it's just a lot more expensive for us to do things.
Yeah. I mean, the thing to consider, Archie, is also that other companies bigger companies like Red Dragon can afford to order 1,000 sets if they wanted 2,000, and that really does bring the cost down. Obviously Loxley are quite well, a bit bigger now, but obviously we started off small.
Yeah.
And who knows what happens in the future, I guess.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Oh, Chris Bear says, how did you find me, Mr. Thornton?
Stalking you, wasn't he?
Outside my window.
Thornton. Mr. Thornton was not a happy accident. Yeah, I mean, we're on Twitter, so we're into our darts. And when we weren't, I mean, we didn't plan on making Loxley. We were going to be doing a partnership with another brand. But then lockdown kicked in, and like I said before, Matthew Edgar and Ryan, they needed darts. They needed their own darts, and so there was a need from them. And yeah, we couldn't get anything arranged with anybody else because the world just shut down. So we had a chat between us, me and Dominic. We had a chat with Ryan and Matt, and said, okay, right, well, let's investigate. We didn't think we could do it. We thought it was impossible. I mean, how can normal people start up a darts brand or any company? But we looked into it, and the ball started rolling. And then, okay, we need a designer. And then one of the guys that we were talking to, one of Ryan's friends, he'd seen Zachary on Twitter. We shot him a message. We had a Skype. We had a good chat.
Yeah.
We had a few more chats. We've been talking ever since, and again, nice guy. There was a click instantly, and we run with it.
We don't want to hear about your love story.
I mean, it was that really. It just started off as a bit of chat, a couple of ideas, and then it turned into this massive monster of a darts brand. So
yeah,
it's
don't
brilliant.
Drink, kids. Okay, don't drink.
What else have we got? Oh dear.
a pay rise for Zach.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, woo.
How much did you pay him to write that?
I didn't pay him anything. I don't even know Paul personally, so I appreciate that.
You don't afford to pay him. You don't get a pay rise. Don't worry, we look after Zach as much.
Yeah, they're great guys.
We're working on a lot of things with Zach, not just for Loxley, but also trying to help him out.
Yeah,
pursuing his dreams.
Exactly.
I don't know whether that story's known about the state you were in when we gave you the offer. Zach was about to go and work for Amazon, delivering parcels.
I literally had an interview. I had an interview at an Amazon place, and I looked through. They showed me around. I did a little training thing. I looked through the window. I was like, "What am I doing?" I just lost my job because of lockdown, and I was just so down in the dumps. And after a few chats, we're like, "Look, let's keep you out. We're doing great work. Let's keep you out and get you working on these darts with us rather than go back in." And Loxley give me a great opportunity, and it's been going well ever since. And now they're helping us go a little bit further. So there's other exciting things happening on the horizon that I'm sure you guys will see at some point. So yeah, lots of exciting stuff, and Loxley have supported me in many ways. And as Chris has just mentioned, they're bringing out my own darts as well. So sponsor me as a player. So I'm very lucky, really. Loxley have helped me out no end. So I'm really appreciative.
I've noticed that I'm actually not following through fully with these darts. I think because I'm scared about going through the wall with them because they're just so powerful darts.
Yeah, my darts, I'm still testing them at the moment, Chris. I'm loving them at the moment, but in all honesty, mine aren't necessarily, well, for me, too much of a priority right now. I'm happy where I am, so whenever they're ready, I think we've got a lot in the pipeline before that. So, and yeah.
I think yours will be coming out as soon as you approve them.
Yeah, exactly. So just making sure I'm 100% like the other players are testing theirs at the moment. And then once they're all clear, they'll get the go-ahead and we might see them towards the back end of the year, potentially.
Tyler, I swear, you come onto my stream every time and say the same thing. If you go onto Naka, you can log into there. I'm on channel 5. You search for LoveDarts, which if you're on a laptop, you can just do Control F to find. If you're on a phone, you'll have to scroll. You find LoveDarts and you type in RFX, I believe is the password.
Yeah. Any chance of selling 5 sets, 1 set instead of 5? Jack, the problem with that is mainly postage, to be honest. By selling 5, 1, it's a very good deal. Like you get lots for the money, and 2, if you sell 1 set of flights for £1, you probably lose all of that in postage, for example. So it's very tricky to
Cheers, Archie.
to do that. Ooh.
I am out now, so if Dave jumps in, he jumps in. Zach, do you want to... In fact, guys, what dart do you want to see next? Put it in the chat. We have beanies, we have tucks, we have scarlets, we have Edgars, we have robins, Nazirs, sheriffs. Vote, 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 vote.
Ooh. I don't know. I don't know if you could even quantify this, but how much does it cost to start a darts brand from scratch?
Yeah, I noticed that question. It depends on what you're aiming for and what you expect to get out of it. Do you expect it to be a full-time job? Put it this way, me and Dominic haven't taken a penny in salary in a year now. Yeah. So, aside from all the inventory and everything, we haven't had a salary in a year. So our life savings are in this brand. If it fails, well, I wouldn't say we're screwed, but we'll have to go and get a job. And this is the best job in the world. I mean, you've seen the office we've got here. It's the best job in the world. Doing something that we love, that we've got a passion for. But it's not cheap. Because you've got other smaller brands that they do it at the basically bedroom or cottage industry. So they've got a full-time job and then they're doing it on the side. And that's the cheapest way of doing it. And then you might be able to do that for say probably £5,000 if you know the right people.
Yeah.
If you've got friends that can help you along the way, me and Zach and Dominic, people like us, we would be more than happy to help anybody along the way if they're looking to start up, give you advice and point you in the right direction. But yeah, I'd say about £5,000 if you've still got a job. If you haven't got a job and you want to start a big brand or even a Loxley sized brand, it's quite a lot. Yeah. Like I said, it's life savings on the line here.
Like you say, is that
the bank balance is getting down very, very, very low at the moment.
Like you said, it depends on what brand you want to be, because some brands will buy darts that already exist. Some brands will want to start fresh. Some darts brands will specialise in high end, low end. It really does depend on what you want to be in life, I guess, doesn't it?
Zach, why is your girlfriend messaging Matthew Edgar?
See, look, listen. But obviously, I'm on the stream, and Matt and my girlfriend are both teachers, so they always talk about teaching rubbish. Also, Matt recommends films all the time, and I get stuck watching Legally Blonde because Matt's probably watched it about 19 times that week. Matt goes through a phase of watching a film, and will watch it about 19 times, and then he tells. For example, he told Phoebe to watch Click the other day, and then I heard her crying because she's crying at the film that Matt's just told her to watch. And then Jodie's told you off, Matt. So behave yourself.
Guys, as Jodie asked for the Scarlets, I'm throwing the Scarlets. One of the
They're lovely.
nice features I like about this dart is actually it's a really small feature, but it's the rings on the nose, because as Zach knows, having designed my darts, that's kind of where I rest, partly on the nose and partly on the point. Zach.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about this actually when me and Matt had the conversation. We actually wanted it for that reason, because just a bit of extra grip on the front, wasn't it, Matt? It was just something we wanted to add as a little bit of a nice feature, really.
So I just noticed Edgar's message to you, Zach.
Yeah, I know, he's a creep, isn't he?
He never stops.
He never stops. Never.
Matt, behave.
Hey, look, he's getting told off.
He is.
He's getting told off. Another question from Archie. Will we sign more players with tour cards in the future? And are we working on a Lorenzo Pronk dart?
Zach, do you want to answer on the Lorenzo?
Yes, literally finished it the week just gone.
Yep.
We were chatting about it. We've pretty much finalised it. A couple of tweaks and get all the drawing done, and they'll be ready to get a sample, and we'll hopefully see Lorenzo throwing those pretty soon as well. So yeah, we've been busy.
As soon as he gets back from the UK Open, we'll sit down with him and just make sure that the design that we worked on is spot on for him.
Yeah.
And then samples will be requested.
Yeah, the concept's all there. We just want to make sure he's okay. See if he likes what he sees. Obviously, he's busy at the moment. And then when he's all back, we'll sit down, like you say, just make sure he's comfortable, and then eventually they'll be on sale.
He's seen the drawing, and he likes it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I want to just make sure when he gets back here.
Yeah, it's probably a lovely one. It's probably, obviously, I think the Robins are probably the most unique, but it's definitely a real eye catcher, the Pronks.
I think it's going to be hugely popular.
Yeah.
Tyler, I'm just switching over to some short stems. Bear with me.
What was the other part of the question? Will we sign more players with tour cards in the future? Maybe. I mean, we've signed the last number of players that we signed have been local to here. I don't know. People know that this office is in The Hague, so and we play in the local pub league. And you've got Jeff de Zwaan, Dick van Duivenbode, Mike Koverhoven, Vincent van der Meer, Lorenzo, obviously, and the list goes on and on and on of top talent that's in the area. Barney has a shop about 200 meters that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on camera, aren't I? Yeah, Barney's shop's 200 meters that way. So yeah, we've been focusing on the talent here for the moment, because obviously, we haven't been to England in a year, well, since the first Pro Tour of last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not looking to sign every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Like I said before, we need to find the right people, and we need to sit down and get to the Pro Tours and let the players come to us, the ones that are interested in a deal, or that don't have a manufacturer in place. But yeah, we're not going to go around chasing people up, apart from the talent in the area there. So yeah, and we do get offered players all the time. We've been offered top 32 players, top 64 players, other tour card holders, and yeah, the fit has to be there.
Yeah, definitely.
Never say never. There will be in the future. There'll be some interesting players that we're signing, that we're in talks with at the moment, but I can't say their names yet. One surprising one anyway, Zach?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one really interesting one. That's that question.
Are the cuts on the Scarlets the same as the Sheriffs? Yes. Along the back end,
No.
the vertical ones,
After you, Ronan.
they're pretty similar. The difference between the Scarlets and the Sheriffs is the Sheriffs are tapered from the front all the way back. It's slightly more front weighted and it's bulkier at the front and slims off towards the back. The the Scarlets are 24 gram, obviously a bit chunky, and they're straight until you get to the end, and then they, as Mark's showing on the stream, they only taper at the very back end by the stem. So two similar darts, but different designs. They both fly a little bit differently. Both good for different reasons, really. If you like the tapered front weighted style, or if you want something a little bit more centre balance, the Sheriffs the Scarlets are a bit more of that. So, Matt, how did you get the Gibraltar lads? Someone's asked.
How did I?
How did you get the Gibraltar lads?
Well, we know their manager. We get on really well with the manager, and yeah, we talked with the lads. Yeah, it just kind of happened, really. One of the selling points of Loxley is that these young lads, they're all going to get a dart, or young lads and lasses, they're all going to get their own dart. Because I mean, I can't design a dart for every single dart player on the planet, and neither can Zach. I'm a rear gripper. Zach's a front, middle.
Yeah, more middle slash rear, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So of course we can think of all these or sensible ideas, but you know, is it genuine? There's only so many designs that between the two of us that we can think of that are actually usable darts for people. Yeah. But if you've got a pool of, must be getting on to 20 players now that we've got on the books.
Yeah.
You've got a pool of 20 players who are looking for a dart that specifically suits their throw and their grip. And that way we can cater to a really broad range of players. So,
yeah. The thing about it is when you design for a player, there's a specific need. When you not make up a dart, but when you have a specific dart, it's not designed for one particular person. For example, if you see Chizzy's darts on the telly and you throw like Chizzy, you're probably going to enjoy his darts. But when there's a dart that isn't on telly and you've never seen before, it's hard to know how it's going to perform. So when we design for players and you've seen those players, you can sort of prepare yourself with the dart by seeing that player. So you'll have seen the Gibraltar guys on the telly. If you think that you've got a throw similar to Justin, or you hold it in a similar place, what a great way to start than the Rock Eagles. So that's the good thing about designing for players, I guess. We cater to a specific need, which is probably similar to a lot of other people.
Ronan,
yeah, I think the Rock Eagle's a great example.
Yeah.
Because I think Neil's in the chat. Hi, Neil. Saw your review of the Rock Eagle last night, and you looked like those darts were made for you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I couldn't make that dart for you. Zach couldn't make that dart for you. But Justin has made that dart, and you kept hitting the 140s last night, or whenever you made the review.
Yeah.
So that's the logic behind it. I mean, it's a grip that I wouldn't have thought of, and Zach wouldn't have thought of. And everything about it just works. And Dominic actually uses it as his match dart now.
Yeah, by the players having their own ideas, it just almost... I mean, because everyone has their base dart. I mean, Justin originally used Danny Noppert darts, and we take that as a little bit of a starting point and just make it his own. Like we've changed the grip, we changed elements of it. The grip goes all the way to the back, which people love. A lot of people have logo spaces at the back, so people love that they can get all the way to the rear of the dart, and it just worked. They've been doing really well.
Zachary?
Hello.
Hello.
Give me a
rear grippers, because I'm a rear gripper and I hold my dart right at the end of the barrel, and I had no end of trouble trying to find the perfect dart for me.
Yeah.
I bought so many sets of darts that I ended up saying, well, it'll just be cheaper to start up a darts brand.
Yeah.
That's basically how it came about. Rear grippers are not catered to enough. It's always where the logo is.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Justin's, and this is my my work in progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, give me a new dart to throw.
Oh, Matt's been an absolute filth bag in the chat. Oh,
Amazing.
oh dear.
I wonder if Matt wants me to share the photo that he sent in the group this morning, in the other group.
I don't
Oh
want to
my
know.
goodness.
Is it him in his pants again?
Mm, it's it's different.
Ah.
Let's just say he was texting on the toilet.
Oh. Do you know what? The amount of times
Whoa!
the Matt texts me in the morning and he goes, "Oh, I'm just having a massive dump." I'm like, "Okay, good morning."
That's the photo.
Yeah, I'm just having a massive dump. Oh, it's a bit hard. I
I mean,
don't, Matt.
guys, this is a step forwards from the fart story.
Oh yeah, we get poo.
Wait, it gets worse. It gets worse because Steve Hine chipped in, and he sent his picture. Except it was one that he'd taken before. He kept a picture on his phone all these years of his best ever attempt.
Oh
So,
dear.
guys, I'm going to throw the beanie darts now.
Oh, beanies are brilliant.
Now,
Uh,
I've recorded a review for these. I haven't finished editing it yet, but this start for me, without Matt being here and Zach being here who've designed it, I don't care. I'm going to tell them the honest truth. This is probably one in my top 3 for just being so easy and enjoyable to throw. Because of the scallop, your finger and thumb go straight to it. You're not wasting any time. It's so quick. You get to the board and you just throw. It's a great dart.
it's lovely. I mean, the main thing was it was mainly, like I say, from Beanie. Really, it's based on pictures he sent of his grip, and it was just something that was based all around Beanie. And then other people seemed to love it, like Matt was saying earlier. He designed for the player, and it works for so many other people. It's just such a lovely dart. It's such a nice position. Like I'm sure we'll see your review. A couple of other people have said the same thing. It's just such a good weight, and there'll be a 22-gram version as well. So,
So,
um,
That's coming out really soon.
one of the
Yeah.
questions that I've had, Matt, that came from someone in my darts team. Are you going to make points for Loxley? Because especially with these and with the Robins, the sort of profile point suits your style fantastically well.
It's something I want to do.
Yeah.
It's if you look at the whole everything that goes into making darts, the barrels are easy, the stems are easy, the flights are easy. Packaging is an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
It's yeah, one of the hardest things to actually to do, and we do have new packaging in the works. We've got, I think we've got 30 designs now made,
Yeah.
and I think Zach's seen quite a few of them already.
Yeah.
But points, it's another thing I've been talking to the factory about, and I've got my ideas, but it's finding. I mean, the factory that makes our barrels, they don't do the points. So it's finding somebody that can do the points for us.
Yeah. It's quite a
I've got
fiddly job.
I've got some ideas, but yeah, it's just getting it done now.
Sure.
So I wouldn't expect them in the next. Well, I wouldn't expect them this year.
Yeah.
I wish, but probably not.
Fair enough.
Matt, what is your favourite flight or shirt design so far? Says Connor.
My favourite flight or shirt design
Yeah.
from Loxley.
Yeah.
Ooh, a shirt has to be Ryan.
Yeah.
And I'll have to actually to send him the link to this chat. But Lewis in Portugal, what a great design he did for the front of Ryan's shirt.
Yeah.
So Lewis, thank you. Flights, I think the beanies. I think a lot of what we're trying to do with Loxley is less is more. So keeping things simple,
Yeah.
subtle, but elegant and classy. And the beanie flights, they tick all those boxes.
Yeah.
Simple, elegant, but really, really classy.
What else have we got? Ah, will Loxley darts make soft tip darts?
Work in progress.
Yeah.
Zach's working on 4 designs at the moment for us.
5.
Well, 5 designs. Yeah,
Well,
including Robin.
if you include the Robin soft tip.
Yeah. So yeah, there will be a Robin soft tip, which we've been asked quite a lot. And yeah, four ones that come out of Zach's brain.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we've got names for the 4 already. We've actually got, you haven't seen them yet, Zach, but I got them today, the packaging designs for the 4 of them, they're ready.
Oh, brilliant. Sweet.
So I'll show you them tomorrow. But yeah, work in progress, won't be long.
Love it. Also, someone says, ask about the other side of starting a brand with social media and branding. Can you talk about that a little bit?
So say again?
Someone said Matador's ask Matt about the other side of starting a brand. What's that like in terms of social media, branding, marketing? How's that been?
Um, that's, yeah, basically how we started. So we used to own dartsmap.com. So that's how we got into the whole darts world. Dartsmad was a website that was started in 2006 by a group of darts fans, and then in 2014 I think it just basically died. But everything was there in the background. It was just a complete higgledy-piggledy mess. So we bought it and we brought it back to life, and then well now it's gone. Now we're focusing on Loxley, but yeah, the social media is so important, and the YouTubers. Without the YouTubers, we'd have sold 3 sets of darts probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great guys. There's a great community, and long may it continue. But this is 2021. Yeah, we're not going to advertise on TV. We're not going to advertise in the newspapers. Social media, word of mouth. Hopefully, we're making good products that people like, and they're spreading the word. That's the world well. Yeah, we focus on that from day one.
Yeah. Will we be bringing out stickers for board surrounds?
Good question. Good thinking. Note that one down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going back to the social media. Sorry. The Maid Marian dart, which is another work in progress.
Yeah.
LoveDarts has actually has actually played a part in the Maid Marian dart. So we showed Mark the basic the first sample that we got, and we were having a chat, and Mark gave us a great idea, which everybody will see when we bring them out. So yeah, the community, we're trying to be the brand a brand for the community, taking the community's ideas on board.
Good game, Dave, by the way. Thank you very much. Good finish there, my friend. It's an interesting topic, isn't it? Because obviously I'm still a new kid on the block as such, and when you guys started up, wasn't actually too dissimilar time from me as well. And we got chatting early days and liked a lot of each other's ideas, but as a result we've found ourselves in quite a fantastic community. Zach and I play Call of Duty with Clash of Tungsten, and we all have a good chat on there and a good laugh. You got Neil Darts in here, Dynamite Dave, Matador Darts. There's a lot of people, but they're all really supportive. We're in a really nice situation, and as a result, we're able to share all our ideas and point people in the right direction. And when we first started talking, I said, well, actually, I think these are a couple of things that you could change. These bits I really like, and you know, the honesty element I think helps you guys to make good decisions for you moving forwards as well. So
Yeah, you've got to listen to the experts, and the experts are the fans.
Exactly, yeah.
What do we know? We started cold. I mean, darts fans, and we throw a little bit ourselves. But the darts community, and you got things like Darts Nuts Forum as well. The knowledge and the passion from darts fans is it's such a valuable resource. So of course we talk to the likes of yourselves, and we take feedback on board. Yeah, that's another thing that we started from day one. It's just listening to people. Also the shops. The shops were telling us various things which we implemented from day one.
Absolutely. Rach, I've given you the start. Rachel Baked Beans Walkie.
Oh, will we be bringing out non-player dart shirts?
Non-player dart shirts.
So like just
Will be
general
coming.
generic shirts, yeah.
Um,
Give us a twirl, Zach. Come on, we know
what
what you're wearing
we're
right
looking
now.
at.
Well, I guess the polos might be an example.
Yeah, well these are.
What's this? Stand
Oh,
up,
you
stand
put
up,
yours
come
on as
on.
well.
Oh,
Stand up,
up.
give us a twirl.
We've got no
We,
pants. I have
we
really.
need to see the Loxley badge.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous of those. When those came out with the suitcase, Matt, I was like, that is superb. That's such a clever idea.
I saw Congraw put on Twitter. Someone asked a question: if you could be sponsored by anyone, who would you be sponsored by? And he put Loxley for one of those badass suitcases.
Yeah. Um, well, the suitcases, yeah, they're fantastic, aren't they?
Yeah.
We love them. Yeah, all our players are getting them. It's our thing now, isn't it? But for non-player branded dart shirts, again, something that we're looking at. But it has to be, there has to be a need for it.
Yeah.
The polo shirts, the ones that we've got here, we don't think are of the quality that we could put on the market for sale. So they're corporate gifts or gifts for our players. Of course, we wear them ourselves, but we didn't think they were good enough to go out to sell. So it's something that we're working on is really good quality polo shirts.
Yeah.
And then after that, we'll look at the normal dark shirts. But I think polo shirts, there's a lot of players that like playing in polo shirts, myself included. And that's an underfed market.
Yeah.
There isn't enough out there, proper dark polo shirts.
Osti asks, what did you think to Matt Edgar's idea of a Loxley Darks exhibition?
For a Loxley dart,
Exhibition.
yes. When the world is open again, bang on. Absolutely. We want to do exhibitions here. We've got the free boards here. We've got the bar in the back. So yeah, our office is a great place for the local ones in Holland. But proper exhibitions, we're looking at, or we're in talks with for doing America. And yeah, we're in talks for the south of England at the moment. But yeah, everything relies on when everything's back to normal again.
Matt,
Hopefully
Matt,
soon.
could you just spin your laptop around so for those who didn't join the stream earlier on, they can see the board because that board the setup because this is guys. If you haven't seen this already, it's been on the Loxley socials, but look at that. How cool is that?
Are we good?
That is amazing.
Is that yeah?
Absolutely amazing.
I don't know if you can. Hang on. Let me just. I don't. Can you see the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah, the hockey. Is that in the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool.
That is superb. I'm
Yeah,
so jealous.
we've gone down to the little details as well.
What? So you've kidnapped Russ Bray?
We might invite him over one time.
Hey, Jaron. I'm all good, Mr. Belzer.
If you're going to do it right. And yeah, like I said before, well, you've seen it now. Best office in the world.
Yeah. Where are darts cases these days, Vlemix?
Darts cases being worked on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some flying, there's some samples flying around. But again, they weren't quite perfect enough to put on the market. So back to the well, not back to the drawing board, but a little tweak here, a little tweak there, a little tweak here, a little tweak there, and then so yeah, again another thing which won't be in the next couple of months. Some we're working on, but yeah, everything has to be spot on. Otherwise, there's no point bringing it out.
Yeah, yeah. Someone's asked who made your Oki.
Sorry,
Who made your Oki?
the landlord. Yeah, we've got the three boards here, the big Oki. Our office is over there. Behind that is our landlord's office, and he's actually in the building world by trade. So yeah, between him and a couple of his employees, they set this whole thing up.
Brilliant. That's handy.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm currently using the very, very quiet player's dart in Matthew Edgar.
Who?
Yeah. I try not to mention him because, he did mention
He's probably
earlier
talking
on,
about
I'm pretty
Mrs.
sure
Paris.
this is how he phrased it. I'm not 100%, but I'm sure he said, Matt, how disappointed did you feel when I said yes to being signed by you?
I'm disappointed when Matt said yes. Got it.
No, he put how excited were you when the Edgar agreed to sign or something like that. You know what that's.
Poison chalice, that one.
Everyone has to take on a dodgy apple, don't they? I guess.
Yeah, we were like come see, come ça, and but he told us how happy we should feel for signing him.
Oh, come see, come ça.
Now, of course, it's great having Edgar on board. He's aside from what he does on YouTube and what he does on the Oki, his coaching skills are invaluable. Yeah. We've had a young lad beside here, Bradley. We took videos of him, sent them off to Matthew, and I think within half an hour he got a whole training sheet, and immediately his throw got better. Immediately.
Yeah, he's good, isn't he?
Yeah, best darts coach on the planet.
Oh, cheers, Jaron. Jaron says Loxley is going places. That's nice. That is the dream.
Talk to me about these Edgar darts.
Well, what do you want to know?
Well, if you want to know a detailed review, you can obviously head over to my channel and have a look. However, with Zach being here, and we've talked about Ryan, how easy his was, how was Matt in comparison when you guys got together and talked about this design?
Well, Matt isn't necessarily fussy, but we didn't get this one right first time. The tricky thing with Matt is obviously he wanted to drop down weight, but still keep fairly similar to what he had before. And we ended up, the first sample we got was a little bit front heavy for Matt. Obviously, if you've seen him throw with his slims, he likes them to sit quite flat. So the first one we ever had actually wasn't quite there. It was a bit too high, and we learned a lot from that. We went away, tweaked the design, and we had a couple of iterations of the grip, and we came to the final product. Matt obviously had a very good run at the autumn series, winter series, and yeah, it was confirmed from there. Perfect colours for Matt. It's to do with his shirt and his brand colours, and it just worked from there, really.
I mean, one of the main features I went on about in the review is this sort of dual ring grip, fine Tetris kind of grip. Really, really enjoyable. I asked for it to be included in my design as well. But one of the other features about the dart that people don't realise until they get their hands on them, these are the 21 grams. They're so slim. There's so much space in that treble with these.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really, that's kind of an advantage, I think. Well, Matt might comment, as in Edgar, that's given him a bit of an edge, having a little bit more room. Darts is a game of fine margins, so every time you've got a little bit of extra room. It's always handy. So
If you look at Matthew's 180s, I think the
Yeah.
proof of the pudding is in the tasting. Because as soon as he switched to these ones, his 180s went through the roof.
yeah,
So just having that little bit of extra room, that confidence that you can, no matter what you do, you can squeeze that third one in rather than having to switch all the time. So I think that's played quite a part.
yeah. What else we got? Will there be a Little John set made?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Zach's working on the design of that one, I think.
Yeah, I think you've already seen it, I
We're
think.
pretty much there, aren't we?
Yeah, just drawing wise sample. And then that one's ready to go. So I know a lot of people have been asking for a short bomb style. That's what it's going to be. We're going to have that. Trying to hit every little bit we can, I guess. Make sure everyone's there. In terms of a dart, like we said, we can't design a dart for everyone, but where we can cater for different styles, you try to.
Cheers, Dave. See you later, buddy.
Yeah, there's a number of things that we haven't done yet. Like a super grippy dart, we haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
The bombs we haven't done yet.
Extra
yeah,
light.
We don't rush anything.
Yeah. Is Edgar ever serious, or does he always joke around?
Mwah. Thank you, Rach. Cheers to the game.
Edgar's serious when he needs to be, which isn't a lot.
Yeah, not often, I don't think.
Yeah. But I think that's Edgar's selling point. He's never serious. He's always doing something silly, or he's always, trying to cheer someone up somewhere. There's not a boring moment with Edgar, put it that way. I think that's the main thing about him, isn't it?
Guys, I'm going to throw the tucks now, which was actually the first set of Loxley darts that I got my hands on.
Yeah. We had good fun doing the tucks, actually. Again, another dart where the grip goes pretty much all the way to the back. Kind of suited to rear grip style or right on the front, really. That's a dart that caters for everyone, really, I think, Matt.
The tuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should, I like it. I mean, it's one of my favourites. And I particularly like the coating on it. And well, this is the sample of my one. The next version of my dart is going to be coated in the same brown as the tuck. It's a really nice dry. I don't feel slippy on it, so I feel confident even when I'm like tonight, super nervous or super sweaty. It's funnily enough, I haven't hit a 180 with the tuck yet.
Yeah, I remember you
It's
saying.
the only dart that I haven't hit a 180 with. I've hit God knows how many 140s with them, but I just can't get that third one in. Whereas the other ones, I hit every single one.
They're a little bit.
Yeah, I do love it, but that's the only thing holding me back is now it's a mental thing.
Yeah.
I've never hit one with the tuck, so.
I think these ones are 25 grams that I've got now. Because they're a little bit more sort of bulb, they're a little bit more Taylor-esque. They actually work quite nicely in the bigger weight for me, and they've also got those rings at the front, which is great. So it's actually quite a nice, suitable dart for me. I like the colour was really nice. That silica colour we hadn't really seen for a while. It sort of went in with the I think it was the Adrian Lewis silica, and there was sort of around that period there, that range, and it was a really good colour, but disappeared. So I was so glad to see it when it came back.
Mm.
Well, it fits for our tuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, the feel of it, I love it. I love that coating. It's by far my favourite coating.
Yeah.
So yeah, there will be, like I said, my darts coming out with it. And then I'm sure there'll be, if it fits with something.
I think Friar Tuck might be as well, potentially. Sorry, not
Little John.
That is Friar Tuck. Little John.
Little John.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the tuck is coming out in 23 as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I think that's manufactured already, so that should be coming out quite soon.
Good idea.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that'd be lovely in 23 as well.
Sorry?
What are your darts going to be called?
The Imposter.
Oh.
That's it's my darts nickname.
Excellent.
So and it's a character from I think the 1950 series of Robin Hood,
Brilliant.
where Robin Hood dressed up as dressed up in disguise and went to save Maid Marian, and the episode title was The Imposter. So it fits with the brand. I feel like an imposter sometimes, especially in the darts world. I mean, I didn't play darts for. I played darts as a kid, and then you discover beer and girls, and living in Holland, we lost. I think when the PDC started, all that was left on our TV screens was the occasional BDO thing, and you just kind of drift away. I was playing cricket, playing football, and living my life, and but yeah, it's only the last 10 years or so that I've been watching darts again on TV because obviously the hype of Fajera when he came along and drifted back into the darts world, and the last few years I've just got completely obsessed. So because I had such a long period of my life away from it, that's why I'm called the Imposter.
I like it. What are we going to do when we run out of Robin Hood names, says Daniel.
That'll be a long time.
Yeah. I think the thing is, it's not just the Robin Hood series, it's the era. Like, obviously, back in those times, you had things like Knights, there was obviously Crusades, there was all sorts of things. So I guess the possibilities are endless, really.
Yeah, and we're not going to be bringing out 300 darts or 500 darts, so I don't think we're going to need to go down that road. But the soft tips have a different name. They're not named after the characters.
Yeah.
We've got the four that we're bringing out first, apart from the Robin, is the Nottingham, the Doncaster, the Gisborne, and the Sherwood, obviously.
Yeah.
So we're separating the soft tips from the steel tip in a logical, at least for us, a logical manner.
But also, if you're covering off sort of all the shapes at the moment, you're getting a bomb, you've got a torpedo, you can always go into the Gen 2. You know, so it can be the Sheriff Gen 2, which is a new version of a straight barrel, or etc. etc. So you have that capability to not have to worry about going outside of them if you use a Generation 2.
Yeah, agreed. But also with like I said, with the players that we've signed, everyone's getting a dart. Or I say everyone's getting a dart, but we're bringing out a heck of a lot of darts, but for the players. Yeah. So the focus isn't just on bringing out every single Robin Hood character that's ever been. And I think if you do look at the whole Robin Hood series, you've got the books, you've got the 1950s TV series with Errol Flynn, you've got the 1980s TV series, you've got numerous movies, you've got Robin Hood Men in Tights, and there's some character names in that.
Oh, I love that film so much.
I don't think we're going to be running out of names in the next 10 years.
Yeah,
easily. 20 years, maybe 50 years. There's so many. But if they fit with the dart that we're bringing out, so everything has to work together. There has to be something logical about it.
Yeah. Matador Darts has just bought his first set of Loxleys from Neil Dart's review. So let us know what you think, Matador. I believe you'd have bought the Rock Eagles, maybe? Yeah, making a video on the Rock Eagles. So awesome. Good news. I love it.
Yeah.
What else? What else have we been up to, I guess?
What was the first Loxley dart?
Oh, that's a good question.
The first one that came out for sale was the Matthew Edgar.
Yeah. There were actually some very early when you first messaged me. There were some darts we did that have never been seen, I don't think. But obviously they weren't the first ever dart. But we did a couple.
The original Maid Marian.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just didn't quite work. Yeah. That was one of the first ones.
Yeah,
So
those
yeah,
are,
there's quite a number of darts that we never even got to the sample stage. The Matthew Edgar was the first that went on sale, so the first one that we received in. Yeah.
good old Mr. Edgar. Apparently, when GWN sends his idea to me, Loxley will want to bring him out. We've got to see him first. Got to see him first. GWN.
I call him Gwyn.
Gwyn. Oh yeah, that would make sense. It was in caps, so.
I'm just trying to catch up on the chat here.
Wrong bed.
Evening, Ashley. How are you, pal?
Connor. Oh, I've just seen Connor's message
Yeah.
about counting. Of course you were going to ask that question, Connor. I'm terrible at counting. I'm really good at maths, but I'm absolutely terrible at counting. When I'm throwing darts, all I'm focused is on the board, trying to hit whatever number that comes to mind. So I end up on some Jose-esque doubles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
I was going to say, I played, funny thing you say that, I played, one of my mates back home as an accountant, and he couldn't count the dartboard. I was like, oh, this is your job to do numbers.
It's one of those things. I'm so focused on the board, I'm so focused on the throw, that everything else just goes.
Guys, I've held off on these for a while. Let's give these a throw.
Well, what are they, the Robins?
Indeed.
Ah, they're lovely. Absolutely
Ooh.
lovely.
So, guys, look at these.
I mean, look at Gary Blades. He probably pretty much put in his best performance on the PDC so far. They just suit him well. They're definitely unique, but they're a dart that if they suit you, they really do go. Kind of like Whitlocks. They're a very specific dart, but when you get into that nick of it, they're just so lovely to throw, and they're fun. They're so fun.
So much fun.
Yeah.
The 21 grams are special.
Yeah.
They're my favourite of the lot. And there's a former pro dart player that's decided to use them as his match darts as well. Hercules. There's another one of the Hague lot.
Ah.
So yeah, it's different and it's special.
Yeah. The old arrow. They're just super. Like I say, if you haven't tried them, guys, head over to loxleydarts.com. You can see them all there, obviously. Or if you want to purchase a set, they're also there. Super darts. I find them a very fun dart to throw. Yeah, exactly. I think as long as you, I mean, if you grip right at the back of the dart, they'll still work. But if you are right on that push point in the middle, when you release and you're following through with that, they just go so nicely. They sit in so lovely.
You have to have a good even release with your fingers. If you start moving your fingers, you'll get the movement through the air. But for a reference point and for that sort of zipping through the air, they really are good.
And also, like Gary Blaze, if you stick some kites on there, they go so zippy. They're just zing.
I don't even use the lip on them.
Yeah.
So I'm holding it right at the back, and then my front finger's on the slope downwards.
Yeah.
I don't even make use of the lip, and I love it.
Yeah, exactly. I guess it's kind of like they feel like smoothies, then, don't they? The smooth darts.
Well, that's where it started out. The whole idea of the Robin started out with the smoothie, but doing something special.
Yeah. Oh, I did. Definitely. We had a discussion the other day about another potential variant, maybe moving that all the way somewhere else. What if we move that in a different position? You never know. There's plenty of options.
What about wrapping leather around behind the lip so it's like an old school?
You can have a lot of bounce out.
Yeah.
Or bounce off.
Yeah. Can you imagine the Robin Hood where it just like sticks into the leather behind the lip?
Yeah, we'll have. You never know. I've seen someone on social media that actually had the proper feather flights. So I think they do them.
There's a few.
They do them online, and they're so cool.
Yeah, there's quite a few. We get photos sent from people that have bought the robin,
Yeah.
and they've put their specialty points on their own stems. And there's quite a few that with the turkey feather flights.
Yeah.
And I should hang my head in shame that I haven't done that myself yet.
Yeah. For me,
I keep meaning to get some.
stick some storm points on us. They just fit so lovely. Like they just flow. It's like an all-in-one. It's just so
I put a
nice.
Storm Nano because I like the grip element of it, but you can put a smooth point on that and that'll just go continuously through there and look fantastic.
Yeah.
Good evening, Brian.
Yeah, Mr. Brian. Brian Cook. So which one's your favourite, Mark?
My favourite? Well...
I think it's good. Graham Worsley. What does Matt think of Mark's darts? Beautiful. Really, really interesting dart. Can't wait to get my hands on the set, Mark.
Yeah, well,
Mark.
I'll do a review and I'll see what the interest is and then go from there. But we'll see. I hope that I can get some to the market. At the moment, when they first came to me, I put pictures up and people started to message me and say, oh, you know, I'd like a set. And it started to make me think about, okay, can I get a few sets made and stuff? But I wanted to enjoy the dart, so I've just put it off for a bit. I said to Zach, look, I don't want to think about any of this. I just want to throw my dart and see whether it suits me. And I'm absolutely loving it. And I don't need to, you know, there's no manufacturing going on. I don't need to sell it to you. It just suits me perfectly. It's a really nice dart. But
yeah. I'd say they're probably one of the more complex darts I've done before. They just turned out lovely. What else have we got in here?
To answer your question in regards to my favourite, it's difficult because there's aesthetically my favourite and then there's what I throw best with.
Yeah.
And I'm so torn. What should be my favourite should be the Edgars because they're kind of similar to like what I like in a dart.
Yeah.
What probably is my favourite is actually the beanies, but what I throw best with, which I hate, is the Nazirs.
Yeah.
And it's not, you know, I don't hate the Nazirs. It's just it's so not aesthetically what I look for in a dart. But you can't deny that it is just balanced well. It goes well. When you release a dart and it goes into the board and you follow it, you can just sometimes tell it's just easy, and the Nazirs are just like that.
Yeah, that lip is the nose is so extreme.
Yeah.
But I like to rest my ring finger on the point, on the nose, so it's actually really comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I don't like the look of it, the nose, but it's really comfortable to throw. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. It's like one of those cars that, you know, you're sitting there in your Ferrari, and this little sort of Clio pops up next to you, and you think, all right, I'll have you away, and you realise that it's actually got like a monster beast engine in it, and it does you, and you're like, how did that happen? And that's what the Nazirs are like. You just put them in your hand, you're like, God, I like these. These are damn good.
It's one that needs to be thrown in the shop, I think.
Yeah.
Because you know,
I love them. Like I say, for me, I grip them right on that twin ring grip. That's pretty much my grip. It just sits lovely. And a good stack of darts for me, like you say, because there's so much of the barrel all the way to the end. They're just such good stacking darts. Warren, if you're having those issues, drop an email, or we can talk to you about it now. That shouldn't really happen. Either that or you're really accurate and you're Robin Hooding them all. That's a bit unusual.
Oh, good game, Dave. Well played. Sorry I was playing rubbish in that middle section. I got too excited thinking about Nazirs.
And Martin Thompson has ordered a set of Rock Eagles, very good.
Yeah, I tell you, those Rock Eagles. There's a lot on the internet about them at the moment because they're. What's clever about them, I think, that you've done is people. None of the other brands seem to do this as much unless they're really listening to their players. But you've moved the section where like the logo would be to be away from where he throws and grips, right?
Yeah.
And it's a very tasty little barrel.
Yeah, we also moved it to a point that's sort of, it's not affecting middle, rear, not really front either. It's just in a good in-between area. It's not commonly grip. Obviously, there'll be someone that grips there. There'll be a few people, but yeah, it's a good little dart. That well, again, that's probably one of my favourites. Thinking about it. So yeah, great to see them doing well. Dave Lemmix, if you like the Rock Eagles but they're too long, keep an eye out. It might be something for you.
Oh, that was very cryptic.
Yeah, that's all I can say. We've been busy. Well, Matt will tell you, we've been working on quite a few darts over the last 2-3 weeks. Lots of cool things coming.
Right, we're. I don't want to go too late into this, so we'll finish in the next sort of 15-20 minutes or so. If you guys have any more questions, get them in now. Matt, how do you feel about a game? Has he disappeared?
I think he's still there.
Matt, do you fancy a game? I said we'll probably do about 15-20 minutes more, so get your last questions in, but I think we've gone through nearly everything now.
I need to get on to Naka then.
We'll go on to Naka. Channel 5, RFX is the password. I think we've thrown everything, but what do people want to see? Is there anything else people want to see?
Yeah, get in the chat, guys. Which set of Loxley darts do you want to see Mark throw that he's got? Well, guys, if there's any of the newer darts that you want to see, let me know. If you want to see any of the Bambas massacres, I've got set here. Let me know, and I can show you those as well.
Let's have a look while we wait.
Yeah, good shot. Good shout. Sean's used the Ryan Cell darts for the last 3 months. What do you think, Sean?
Oh, I tell you what I'll do is I could do a Dynamite Dave and throw one of each dart. I'm going to throw a Searle, a Beanie, and a Sheriff.
I've got a white bit of paper here so you guys can see the darts a little bit better on my screen. Let me have a look. So, I don't know if you guys can see it as well. Trying to make sure we'll get it in now. So here we have the Rock Eagles. So the people were talking about the chat, lovely dark grip all the way to the back. You got that logo grip sort of almost not middle but front of middle. So if you're still a middle gripper, it's just about out of the way. And then you've obviously got the Gibraltar colours at the very top, Gibraltar boys, and then there's a little black inside the grooves as well. So they are the Rock Eagles.
There we go, guys. Right, Matt, I'm giving you
Yeah.
the throw.
Right?
You have the throw.
All right, you ready?
Off we go. I am throwing, guys. I'm going to start by throwing the Searles, because if I throw the Searles afterwards, I might kill anything else. Then the Beanies, and then I'm going to throw the Sheriffs. So I'm going to throw one of each.
Warren, we've actually got new flights and stems on the website, so do go and have a look. They've also got springs on now, so go and check those out. They're all back in stock. All right. Also, the next one we've got is someone asked for the Craig Galino darts. So I'll show you those.
140.
Oh, good darts.
Good darts.
So these darts are Craig's. So Craig originally threw MVG's old darts, and we wanted to make them all his. And what we've got is obviously the Gibraltar colours, and we've got almost a twin ring grip right at the very back, and then to the front we've just got some all sort of rings.
44.
They're a little bit shorter, a shorter barrel as such, maybe.
I'm just gonna put the Loxley short stems on with the clear Loxley flights because someone's asking about the new flights.
Yeah, if you have a look on the website, Sean, you'll see there's more feather flights, different colours. We've got 150 micron flights.
Yeah.
There's clear flights. There's all sorts.
So I'll put the clear flights on so you can see these hopefully now with the Loxley details on the sides. They look really nice. Still throwing 3 different darts.
Any other questions about any of the darts, guys? I'll show you another one while they're playing. Here we've got Owen Maiden's darts. The Massacre.
Iron Maiden.
Owen Maiden. I don't know. Sorry if it's not clear, but they're all on LoxleyDarts.com. Here we've got Owen Maiden's darts. They're black coated. Oh, dropped them. They've got a lovely sort of square grip in the middle, and then towards the front they've got these round cuts with little grooves in, and then nice yellow material at the back. What are the clear flights made of? I don't know the exact material, but if you if you've thrown the older flights, the feather flights, it's a different material to that. They're a little bit more plasticky, a little bit more. It's hard to describe. You'll have to just buy some.
You have to buy and find out.
Oh. We haven't got any yellow, Dave, but we do have red and black. So do check them out.
What about inverse flight colours? So the bulk of it is the
123.
Sorry, say that again,
What
Mark?
about inverse flight colours, Matt? So having the actual, instead of it being white with the colour, you have the colour with white or black or whatnot.
Yeah, well, I guess they're all something and white, aren't they? I think that's what you mean, isn't it?
Oh dear.
I think Matt's in the
Oh, I'm
zone.
being so kind to him and letting him thrash me.
What are you on? 225.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Alright.
What do you want?
So someone asked in
I
the
was trying to be cocky and go 17 bulls. I picked on the 2.
I don't blame you.
On the 30.
the massacres are 40. Sorry,
missed the
54.6.
Thank you, Tristan. I do try to do a bit of David Attenborough. And as you can see here, we have Matt in his natural habitat. He's currently throwing a 1-2-3 because he's playing to the crowds. I don't know why I've got American.
I'm too nervous.
Oh, Warren lives in a town called a village called Loxley.
Alright.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, Brad, which is GWN.
225, I think.
If they're 6.5 wide, 25 grams, and they're 54.6 long.
Wired it.
Oh,
You've got time.
I've got 3 darts at it.
I can't believe Barney won the title today. Good to see him back.
Yeah, I'm chuffed with that. That's good for him.
I've actually put the wrong score in. I'm on 4-4.
That's all right. I can't see the board anyway. You go for what you want, mate, and say what you hear.
I put the wrong number in, so I'm on 6 according to that.
That's all right.
Single 6. I told you I was terrible at counting.
Brad, they're already available. Head on to the Loxley website. You can already get all of the darts that we've shown this evening. They're all on the
I
website.
thought Beanie was going to finish it for me there.
Have you got it?
No.
Alright, last chance.
He's let me get to a finish, and then he's going to punish me.
Oh, sorry, Dave. I guess that's what I meant. I guess they are black for me. But yeah, I guess I know what you mean, Dave.
I think we've lost Matt.
Oh, I can hear him.
Oh, Searle does it! Whoop, 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 whoop.
I'm typing in the wrong numbers all over the place. I just checked out 3. Okay.
Did you check it before me?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Steward's inquiry. Zach, you're the ref.
This is Yellow Castle on the home tour all over again.
His camera goes off and somehow he's checked it out, you know?
Let's call it a draw.
Oh, dear.
Sean, yeah, the Target 8 flights are very expensive.
Yeah, the Target
Ocean had
8 flights are so heavy as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
right, Matty boy, I think I'm gonna head off and go and have my tea.
no. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us. Matt, if you can still hear us, thank you for your time, guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you for your questions. If you do have any more, we are both. We're all on social media. You can probably catch us best on Twitter. Send us a message. And thank you guys for watching. Thanks, Matt, again for your time. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know what's happened to my camera, but yeah, thanks everybody.
It happened conveniently at the 3 moment. I'll remember that.
Yeah, if I could count properly, then I'd have won that one, but I guess I can't count.
Yeah, you were miles ahead. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you everyone for watching. If you haven't already, head over to Loxley Darts and have a look at their range there. There should be something for everyone, and if not, there should be very soon. And thanks again. And remember,
Thanks everybody.
love darts. Thanks, guys.
Oh, wait a minute, I've got one more thing to
Go
say,
on.
Mark. Don't forget to subscribe and do a thumbs up and all the rest of it.
Oh, good shout.
There
Good
you go.
shout.
See,
Also for Thornton Darts on YouTube.
You should have, guys. We've got YouTube channels, hopefully for, I think, most... there's YouTube, there's Twitter, there's Instagram.
All in the
all
description.
of the social medias. So have a look, add us. We're here to chat. We hope that you enjoy all the stuff we do, and please enjoy. Thanks very much, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Let me know when you've ended, Mark.